Hey friend, welcome to your 5-minute Bible teaching from Back to the Bible. I'm your host, Pastor Nat. You know, as a coach, I exist to help you not just win the day, but to do so with excellence. And that's why you're here. So let's win the day together by addressing the topic of pushing through the trials. One of the most notorious boxing matches in history is the 1980 super fight between Roberto Duran and Sugar Ray Leonard. This was a rematch from a previous win for Duran. This super fight, it lasted 8 rounds. But in the final seconds of the 8th round, Duran was frustrated and he told the ref, "No mas, no more, I quit." Duran was in a battle. He was in a trial that he could have pushed through, but he said, "No mas, I quit." Maybe today you feel like Duran. You're in the 8th round. It looks like it's time to quit. If this is you, the Apostle Paul has a message that you need to hear today from Ephesians 3. Because of Christ and our faith in Him, we can now come boldly and confidently into God's presence. So please, don't lose heart. Don't lose heart because of my trials here. I am suffering for you, so you should feel honored. I love what Paul says here. Don't lose heart. In other words, don't say no mas. Don't say I quit to the good fight. Paul was a friend of hardship and trials. Paul would tell us that he was shipwrecked, beaten, stoned, flogged, left for dead. He was humiliated, and so on, all for the sake of Christ. Paul, he would not say, I quit. Why would he not quit? Well, first, because he knew the truth of his mission and who he was doing it for. Paul, he saw a risen Christ. And when he saw Jesus, it changed everything. But that's not the only reason. That's not the only reason why he kept pushing through the trials. It was also because Jesus Christ, he endured the same trials that Paul faced. Hebrews 4 says, this high priest, Jesus, this high priest of ours, he understands our weaknesses, for he faced all of the same testing we do, and yet he did not sin. So let us come boldly to the throne of our gracious God. There we will receive his mercy, and we will find grace to help us when we need it most. Because Christ endured it all, and because he paved a way to God for us, we can come before God boldly. We can come to him boldly for mercy and grace in order to push through the trials. God provides us the real life power to push through the trials we face. Just like the spinach that Popeye ate, it gave him great strength to fight on. We can come to God directly, and we can come to him with confidence to request sufficient grace and mercy to push through the trials. We don't ever need to say, no mas, I quit. Today, if you're feeling worn out from life, if you're feeling like you're ready to quit because of the trials, if you're feeling like you're frustrated with your spiritual journey, then this is my challenge for you. Cry out to God for help. Be honest with God. Let him know that you don't want to quit, but you are ready to yell, no mas. But you don't want to. Ask God for mercy in the trial. Ask God for the grace of the power to push through it. James said, you have not because you ask not. So today, Ask for that mercy and grace. God, He is ready to provide it. Simply ask Him and then be ready to receive it. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you are encouraged. If you did find today's message helpful, please leave a review and share this podcast with your friends on social media. And by the way, this ministry is only made possible by kingdom investors like you. So if you would like to participate and join us in the journey, consider donating at backtothebible.org. That's backtothebible.org. Until next time, stand firm, stand faithful, and stand on God's Word.